Good day everyone and welcome to On the Bench. Today I'm going to bring you a old wet fly pattern. This comes out of the British Isles. It was actually originated in 1860 in Scotland. This fly is called the Alexandra. It used to be called the Queen of the Waters one time. You can tie this fly in many different sizes for many different species. It's a very good, it's still a very effective pattern today. So to tie this fly, we're going to be using some 34-07 size 6 stainless steel hooks. The tail and the wing, I'm going to be using some red goose shoulders. The body, I'm going to be using some size 10 mylar tinsel. For the rib, I'm going to use some oval. This is silver, size small. The thread, I'm going to use some 6/0 black. The wing, we'll be using some peacock sword. Very, very neat coloration of that. And the throat, we're going to be using some webby saddle hackle for the throat. So we'll, this one here I've tied with the goose bites. The original pattern asked for goose shoulders, and I'll tie this next fly with goose shoulders. We'll get our hook in the vise, and it is a good producer. Matter of fact, it came back in its time, and it was banned in the UK for some time because it was so effective. So those we all assume to be fish stories sometimes, but I wouldn't doubt it. It's a good fly. So I'll bring in a snip here. I'm going to take a good wide snip from my tail. Back, we'll just measure that about gap length. Pinch that on the top. We'll come in with some of our oval. Just lay that along the shank. Keep it on one side. Come in with our tinsel, tie it in the front, gold side up at a 45. I'm just going to tie this off. I'm going to use my rotary vise to turn that on. You can hand over hand that. I use my rotary, then I don't have to cut my material all the time. I can just never have any waste. Just come forward and tie it off. Come in behind with a turn. A few close turns with our silver oval. Tie it off the front. I'll bring in some of my black saddle hackle. I'm going to be looking for something webby at the back here. It's a throat, and I want really nice webby hackle with the right size. I'm going to just get some turns at the front here. There we go, that's about right. I've just kind of X'd that on. Doesn't have to be fancy because I'm going to be pulling it back over itself. Tying it back. Then I'll manipulate it around a little bit with my fingers. I'll push it around the bottom of the shank a little more. And there's not as much around the top. That looks about right. And it's coming right to the point of the barb there. That's good. Then we'll get some of our peacock sword. You can see some of the sword, it tapers down. You can use some of this longer, you can leave it for different patterns. You can come up here and use some of the proper length, so you're not wasting the long stuff on the smaller flies. I get my taper down like so. I'm going to pinch this on the top, get my thread in between my fingers, and then I should be able to get it so it's bound down on the top and stay on the top. I will hold my hackles back, or my peacock sword back out of the way from my eye, keep my eye clean. And that is just a beautiful, beautiful coloration. This one here didn't sit quite right. I want to pull it out. You can tie these to hang on the wall too. They're a beautiful fly and catch fish. So and lots of them. Don't underestimate this. So then we're going to come in with a little slip of our goose shoulder on this side. I'll just pinch that on the side. I can tie that back when I work on the other side there. Get another slip for this other side. If you were tying it, like I say, for a display fly, which a lot of people are doing, they make nice display flies. A kind of fly like this would work really well for. It's a pretty fly and it's got some history. So if you want to do something like that for fun, get a shadow box and tie a few up. Then you want to match your two goose shoulders up. Take slips from both sides, match them up properly. I'm tying this fly to go fish, and finish my head here. And this fly will catch fish. Lots of them, different species. Freshwater, saltwater. I wouldn't be afraid to throw this anywhere. We'll grab some of our Solarez. You got a little bit of goose shoulder poking out there underneath. That'll still work. I got a little bit of a hurry there, but then we'll just cook that on the front and good to go. Could have cleaned that up a little bit for you there, but I didn't want to take too long. There we go. That's the Alexandra. So that's an old pattern, like I say, that will still put a lot of fish in your boat. So there's another one to consider. So we appreciate you watching on the bench here again. Sports Fishing on the Fly. We'll catch you again soon. Thanks for watching.